Welcome back. Tri-State families are invited to a Walk Thru Boo this coming weekend.
And all proceeds raised will go back to Voices, Inc. right here in our community. And joining us this morning to discuss how you can get involved, we have board member Luke Wagner. Luke, thanks for being here today. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having us.
Absolutely. So let's start a little bit about what Voices, Inc. is and what you guys do here in our community.
Right. So it's a nonprofit organization that benefits long-term care residents in Vanderburgh County. So if you are one, or if you care about somebody that's in one, Voices is a resource for you. We advocate, our staff, I'm a board member, our staff advocate on behalf of those residents they have rights, this is their home. So they have rights and to uphold the dignity of those residents. You can call, say I'm having this issue, and we can help do conflict resolution or education, et cetera.
And there's a lot of things to navigate when you're an older individual in our country. There's some benefits that maybe not easy to obtain unless you know the paperwork. And how has this impacted folks that have used this program?
Well, as board members, we don't get to shadow the staff. However, we do get to hear some of the stories in our board meetings and things like that. And it's impacted a lot of people. Like, people will call in and they'll be educated on things they had no idea that their loved one or themselves had a right to, and from our staff. So I can't really regurgitate any of the stories.
Well, you're
myself,
a board member, so you must have a passion for this,
right.
And that's where residents, specifically here in Vanderburgh County, that you guys work
right.
with, correct?
There are ombudsman programs outside of Vanderburgh County, and you can research that online, but this Voices is specific for long-term care residents within Vanderburgh County, and it's entirely free service to every citizen that's in that position, including their loved ones.
And you guys are located right downtown as well, is that correct?
We're not located downtown. Our office is actually out off North 41.
Gotcha.
However, you know how today you don't have any need to go to the office. You just call and we come to you. So
absolutely,
yeah.
we have their link to your website on our website.
Right.
So great stuff. Let's talk a little bit about the Walk Thru Boo. So how many years have you guys been doing this, and what exactly is it?
Well, the event has modified over the years. We went from a dance party to a outside drive-through boo, which was, you know, you drive your car through during COVID, and then we moved inside last year because of weather, and it went so well that now it's just a walk-through trick-or-treat event that's free to the public, 1 to 3, this coming Saturday, and you bring your kiddos out. They can take photos with characters that are walking around. There'll be tables. You know, everything's free. They just get to walk through Washington Square Mall and you know, do what they do. And then we're supported by, you can make donations to Voices through QR codes and things we'll have at the event. But also we've had a bunch of sponsors that allow us to keep doing this. So
it's kind of ironic that you'd have the littlest of people helping out the oldest of people in our community.
Right, and there is an idea behind that, and actually I can't take credit for this idea, but there was one person that said to me, I forget who it was in the past, that said someday we'll be to where we can have daycares and long-term care facilities, and we can combine these because of how much kids impact the older people in our community and how much that interaction goes together. So maybe we'll get there someday. We haven't figured it out yet, but that's kind of a neat idea.
I do love the idea behind that, and it seems like a great turnout. I mean, last year from the photos you sent us, I mean, how many folks do you think normally comes out to this? And tell us a little bit about the folks that hand out the candy, you know, and some of the sponsors.
Well, some of our sponsors hand out the candy. They volunteer. They're going to decorate their table, you know, and then we have people who volunteer to be characters. We have people that are already characters like Shrek and Blippi, and a bunch of different people are going to be walking around. I'm sorry.
But a great turnout.
Yeah, it was a great turnout. It was like, I think we had maybe 250 people last year in the 2 hours. Our drive-through events the year before that had really gone above that, but then, you know, that was a lot of cars backed around Washington Square Mall. So, yeah, it's free to anybody come out, and the more the merrier.
How much preparation goes into something like this for you guys?
Well, I'm not on the planning board this year. I was in the last few years. We usually start in about February and start talking about sponsorships and things like that, and then planning and logistics and things like that. We have monthly meetings for the first part of the rest of the year until the event. So it's not too much. We're all doing it as board members in our free time outside of our regular jobs. But it's, you know, it's a good cause, and we like to put the time into it.
Now, you got to wrangle a lot of kids that day with those families coming in, so do you need more volunteers for something like this?
We don't currently need anybody. If anybody ever wants to reach out to us on our website and say, how can I help out? You know, maybe next year. We have everything covered for this year, but yes, we'll always take offers for volunteers, and we'll figure out a way to use you if we can.
Is there an age limit? I mean, because it seems like kids, I mean, even some of the adults are out here dressing up, as you mentioned.
Oh yeah,
so.
yeah. The adults come through
Way
with
to,
their
way to
kids.
call me
and-
out there, Megan.
yeah.
Way to call me out.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know if we could find for the event itself, and you wanted your kids to help out. They can always help out. Mostly the way we're going to use them probably is going to be, hey, like my mother brings a table out,
Yep.
and she does it just on her personal time.
Aw.
So if you wanted to come out with your kids in future years, and we'll give you a table and say, hey, yeah, you can hand out candy and make it a bigger, funner event.
And what a great thing, that, especially since it's going back to Voices
Right.
helping out. If you could give us a breakdown again of when the event is taking place, what time, and if folks just need to show up.
Okay, so it is Washington Square Mall this coming Saturday from 1 to 3.
Perfect, and it's inside, so
Inside
folks
Washington
can just
Square
come
Mall.
around at 1 o'clock and make sure you have your trick-or-treating bags.
Right, yeah, and if there's some lingering people at 3 o'clock, we'll just have people, we usually start running out of candy about 3.
Oh, wow.
Oh, you don't want to be one of those kids.
No,
Empty
no,
bag at the end.
no.
We want to thank you, a board member from Voices Inc. It's Luke Wagner with us this
Thank
morning.
you again.
Thank
hope
you
it's
for
a great
having us.
event this weekend.
Yeah.
You may see me, though you won't notice who I am. Griffin Glasscock standing by.